Hello YouTube. I'm here making a video. I know I haven't posted for a long time. I'm just making this video because one of my friends, he asked me how I save money. And I just want to get into like the important parts of how I save money. Everyone saves differently. Everyone has their own method. This is my method, right? And I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a story of my life, right? At one point, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I had like around 80K in investments and everything. And right now, like a few years, 2 years back, I went broke, like completely broke. And right now I'm saving money and it's growing. And my friend is like, what do you do? Like, you have the same job, you're doing the same thing, and you manage to, go up when you're down. And the first thing I'm gonna tell him, because I know he wanted to see a YouTube video of mine, and I told him I was gonna make him a video for him, and not just for him, but for all my subscribers and anyone who sees this video. The first thing I do is I give my 10% to God, right? I'm a religious guy. I believe in Jesus. I believe in the gospel, but that's personal, right? That I feel like that he has helped me through a lot, and I have to give him his honor. But second would be me, right? I have my own method, and I'm gonna share it with you guys today. Um, so first I'm gonna start from like the beginning, right? You only need one job, okay? A full-time job that has 40 hours or more a week. You don't need 2, 3 jobs. You just need one job that pays good, and and you make money. The second thing you have to do, right after that, is this: read, education. You're not gonna learn how to save money and grow without education, okay? So this is one book that I'm reading. It's called Budgeting for Beginners. I bought it at Barnes and Noble. I recommend it 100%. If you care about your finance, read it, okay? Another book that I've been reading is this one, Personal Finance. It talks about saving, investing, taxes, loans, all personal finance, all that good stuff. It's awesome. Barnes and Noble. Education is very important. And most of these books you're not going to learn in college. You're not going to learn from no one, but you have to educate your own self. That's very important. Second of all, you have to be disciplined, okay? Being disciplined takes you a long way. I'm going to give you guys an example of what I do, right? I don't have 2 jobs. I don't have 3 jobs. I have one job. But there's something that I do that most people, Americans, don't do, right? Because if you look, first of all, if you look in Google, how many Americans have $1,000 saved? It's a little bit, okay? Most Americans are just consumers. They just buy, and they don't worry about the future. Oh, I live once and that's it. Okay, that's cool, but I don't like the lifestyle. So let me give you guys an example. This is my wallet, right? Let me see. So when I pay for stuff, I don't use a debit card or a credit card. I use something called cash, right? There's 200, there's a few 20s. So when I go pay for something, let's say a 20, right? I give them a 20. They usually give me change back, which is a 1, a 5, or a 10. Or change. You know what I do with that? I save it. I save it for the future. And I'm going to give you guys examples of what I'm talking about. So when they give me my change, you see, I save it. And I make sure I don't spend it, okay? I'm gonna give you guys another example. Hopefully no one sees me, But I save my bank. You know what I'm saying? I save it. I save it for the future. I'm not playing when it comes to saving. And this is just one out of like 10. I have some in the bank. I have some everywhere. Okay? Just an example to motivate you guys, not to show off. Before you guys even start investing, before you guys start buying stocks, buying this, and this, save your money. Save your money, not to spend it though, okay? So what do I mean by that? When you save your money, you should have a goal, okay? You should save money and save it for a bigger purpose. Because money is going to save you one day. You never know when you could get sick, you lose your job, or an opportunity comes to start a business, You don't need a lot to start a business. You only need like 20, 30,000 or sometimes more. It just depends what business. Make sure it's a good business though. Like construction, it's a good one. There's plenty out there. But me personally, that's the way I grow it. I grow my account, savings account. Saving the ones, the fives, the tens, sometimes even the 20s, sometimes even the hundreds, depending how my situation is every week. I know you guys are gonna mention Roth IRA. Yeah. I have a Roth IRA. It's nothing bad, but that's till you're 65. You feel me? When you're in your 20s, you need to save money for yourself, you know, to start a business, to grow yourself. Let me, like this book, I'm not gonna tell you everything about the book, but part of it. So this book that I'm almost done finishing reading, it talks about the 50-50 rule. So what's the 50-50 rule? Let's say this car, right? Toyota, reliable car, nice car. Thank God I have it paid off already. But this car, when I bought it, was 30 grand, brand new. I didn't know about this whole like money stuff, this stuff. I didn't know nothing. I didn't read books back then, nothing. But based on that book, it's a 50-50 rule, which means you finance 50% and the other 50% you pay with your savings, you know? Instead of paying 500, you're going to be paying now like 200 or less. You know what I mean? So it's very important to educate yourself first of all and start saving. Look, when it comes to saving, there's a problem too. People are like trying to save $1,000 today, $1 million, 100. No. Start with a penny. Start with $1. That means nothing to most people, but you know that dollar, that 5, that 10, that 20, it's gonna grow over time. This is just like literally like less than 4 months, less than 3 months, like ones, 5s, 10s, 20s, everything. Okay, a little over $1,000 just right here. And most of you guys might be like, yeah, $1,000 is not a lot. Yeah, but it's gonna add up. You know what? Whoever's watching this video, I challenge you to save for a year. Don't give it a month. Don't give it a year. Be disciplined about it. And you know, the cool thing about this method is that you could actually spend a little bit. You know, sometimes we have cravings. Oh, I want a Starbucks. I want a soda. Go and buy it. $20. Get the change. Save it. You can save in a piggy bank, and you can save it at home, or you can save in a savings account, anywhere. And it's gonna grow over time. I promise you. I promise you, it's gonna grow. And I really care about people, and some people really need help out here, especially in this economy. I mean, ask people how much they have saved up, like especially the new generation. Like maybe a few percent out there will have at least $500, $1,000 saved. You know, most people, they're in debt. Another advice I'm gonna give you guys, debt, right? Card debt, credit card debt. Pay the minimum payment, okay? They're not gonna kill you. Pay the minimum payment and pay a little extra on top of that. Let's say a credit card is $80 a month, right? A month, once a month. Pay 20 more, pay 100, and save your bread. Save your bread, because you never know when you're gonna need it. And don't save it to buy a car. Don't save it to go on vacation. You know what I mean? Don't save it to do those things. No, save it for your future, meaning to start a business, to buy a home. I mean, homes are so expensive nowadays. You have no idea. Like the cheapest home, well, in this day where I'm at, it's like $400K. But if you're saving, especially if you're saving a lot of money and you're smart about it and you're patient is key, you will buy a home. Because this is a problem. A lot of people will ask you, how much you make per hour? Oh, I make 20, I make 24, I make 30. That doesn't matter. If you have a degree, if you work in construction, you get paid 20 or get paid 50. That does not matter, guys. Zero. What matters is your discipline. How much can you save? How much do you save? You know, that's what takes you far in life. Because this person could be making 50 an hour, but they're spending money. They don't know where their money is going. But this person making 20, this person's saving their money, and they have a plan. This person making 20 will outbeat the one making 50 just by saving and being more disciplined, okay? And you guys need to understand that. And it's sad because most people don't get it. Most people don't get it. Another thing too, where does most of your money go? Where do you spend most of your money? Me, back then, was in food. What did I start doing now? Every week I go to Walmart. I buy my food at Walmart. I save money. I'm healthier. I eat better. and I'm happier. You know what I mean? There's times like this Saturday I could get a Starbucks, spend like, I don't know, like $7. If I pay with 20, guess what? I'm spending money and making money, saving money. Because the problem with debit and credit cards as well, guys, is that you can never save money. You just spend the money. That's all you do. But when it's cash, you could save a little bit and spend a little bit. Obviously, you spend on necessities, things you need. Don't go shopping for shoes when you have like 5 pairs of shoes. You know what I mean? Or a pair of shoes. No, buy what you need. And that's my advice, you know. I can't be making too many giving you guys too many advice on this, but everyone thinks differently, and I really hope this helps someone, especially my friend who I told him I was gonna make this video. Hope you like it. Yeah, but any references or any more videos you guys want me to make or ideas, just comment below, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. And God bless.